a great theme song.
I like it. I do. I like it.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Funny.
I'm working on a club mix.
It's the only thing I can do. I got to be fun, even though I'm the biggest loser again.
Hey, nice hat, buddy.
But I have to make these risky picks.
The hole gets deeper, I see.
I don't know.
That's all right. You look good in it, so don't worry.
You keep talking. Maybe I'll catch back up. Who knows?
How do we do this week, Steve?
Well, I don't know. Let's ask Sizzle. She's back in the studio with us.
Hey, Sizzle's back.
Hey, everybody. How is everyone doing? I hope everyone's all right.
Yeah, we're doing great.
All right. So, Jason, you went 8-6. Steve, you went 7-7, and I went 9-5.
Yeah, you got to go. You got to win 4 games. You got to lose only 4 games each week if you want to win the championship.
Mad props to Sizzle for winning the week and pulling even with me on the year. What's our year-to-date?
Our year-to-date is Jason and I are tied at 76, 40, and 1. Steve, you are bringing up the rear with 72, 42, and 1.
Is it just me, or are these picks getting harder as we go along?
No,
I feel like they are.
I don't. You know, the thing is I mentioned this last week. I said we picked a lot of favorites.
Yeah.
Something's going to go wrong.
Yeah.
And you were like, and then sure enough, a lot of those favorites didn't come through. Hello, Minnesota Vikings. Nobody saw that coming.
No.
Nobody saw that coming. And what about the Tampa Bay situation? There was a while there on Monday night where I'm thinking Tampa Bay is going to lose this game.
Crazy ending.
And I was like, and I think that was a bad call, personally. But that's we
talked about that earlier.
Yes.
What's our first game of the week?
Our Thursday night game is Green Bay at San Francisco. Green Bay is favored by 5.5.
I mean, it's easy. The Packers, the San Francisco 49ers, they're looking to call up people from the CFL to play because they got so many injured players. Kittle's out. Garoppolo's gone. How are they going to win this game?
And I know I touched on this earlier, but Kendrick Bourne this morning turned up positive for COVID-19. He was their best receiver heading into the week.
How are they going to win this game? They're not going to win this game.
They're devastated. Yeah, Packers win. They covered the spread. I'm sure you have the pack.
Yeah, Packers win.
And I'm taking Green Bay as well, guys.
All right.
Clean sweep.
Yeah, next game.
Starting with our 1 o'clock Sunday games. Our first one is going to be Seattle at Buffalo. Seattle is favored by 2.5.
Quick note just to remind everybody that Thursday night game may not happen at all and may get pushed to Sunday. I'm thinking it's going to get played Sunday. We won't have a Thursday night game. Seattle, Buffalo.
All right. Well, you can go first if you want. One first or last one.
This is I love this game, but the Bills have been kind of backsliding slightly, and I want to take the Bills because they're at home, but the Seahawks are just strong. I mean, this kind of could go either way, but I'm gonna roll with Seattle on this, and I think they'll cover. Actually, no, I'm sorry, I have a no cover on this, so I've got the Seahawks winning this by 3 or less.
Okay.
Wow.
I'm going to go with the Buffalo Bills.
All right.
Well, I have to go against you.
It's understandable.
I have to keep going against you. I think Seattle's they're a better team, but I'm gonna take that travel thing in consideration. All the way over to Buffalo, and
losing 3 hours.
Take that. And Seattle doesn't play good on the East Coast. At least it's been my experience. They don't play well on the East Coast. I'm taking the Buffalo Bills. Sizzle, who you got?
I'm taking Seattle.
I'm going to take Seattle. I'll be a lone wolf. That'll be good. I might gain a pick or dig a bigger ditch. But I might gain a pick there. That should be cool. All right, next game.
Our next game is Denver at Atlanta, and Atlanta is favored by 4.
Yeah. Okay.
Go ahead, Steve.
All right, well, first off, this game could go either way, to be honest. I mean, the Falcons are good enough to win this game. That's easy. But the Broncos, look what they did last week. They beat the Chargers. I know it was a divisional game, and I have preached this watch out for divisional games speech, and it played out last week.
Jerry Jeudy came up big in that game.
But I'm saying it played out last week with, the Vikings and the Packers and, of course, the Ravens and the Steelers and some other games as well. So I said you got to watch out for these divisional games.
Yes.
Unless you're in the NFC East. But anyways, let's get to. I'm taking Atlanta.
Steve is taking Atlanta.
I'm taking Atlanta.
All right. Well, the way I see it, I still don't have a lot of faith in the Broncos. I understand they won last week and they looked pretty good doing it. But even a blind squirrel gets a nut every now and then, as
That's
they
correct.
say. I'm taking the Falcons in this game. I believe they're improving. The point spread's 3.5. I think they're going to cover as well. So yeah, I like Atlanta.
Alrighty, that's three of us with Atlanta. 'Cause
Atlanta.
I'm taking ATL as well.
The
All right.
ATL Falcons.
The ATL Falcons. Oh my God.
Alrighty,
we
our
just
next-
cursed them.
Our next game is Chicago at Tennessee, and Tennessee is favored by 5.5.
That's your team. Go ahead.
Oh man, this is so tough to call. It really is. I'm going to go with Tennessee, and I think because they're at home and Tannehill's due to have a good game. He doesn't have the weather. A lot of the problem they had last week was they had 20 to 25 mile an hour winds. Anytime the wind is over 20 miles an hour, that usually comes, kind of affects the game. And the Bears are used to more of a ground and pound approach than Tennessee is. Tennessee's used to kind of airing it out a little bit more. I mean, the Bears really don't have anybody to catch the ball outside of Allen Robinson. So, yeah, I like the Titans to bounce back this week. I know they've dropped 2 in a row. I get it. I don't think they'll cover. The Bears will hang around. I see Tennessee winning by 3. He says knowingly.
Okay, first off, 2 things. 1, it amazes me why I am last in the picks here when I listen to the rhetoric that just came out of your mouth. Okay? You said Tennessee is used to more of an aerial attack with Derrick Henry?
They've been splitting it down the middle.
Oh, come on.
What are you talking about? Tannehill's been lights out for 6 of their or 5 of their
He's
7
done
games.
well. I give an aerial attack of the Tennessee.
They usually mix it pretty right down the.
And with the Derrick
50-50.
Henry, I saw. I'll tell you what, and that's one thing there.
Yeah, but Derrick Henry's got the Bears defense and to contend with, and
The Bears defense to contend with.
they're strong.
They're strong. I agree. Nick Foles, I like the way he is not rallying the team. I can't say Nick Foles' performance, but the way he's all in. I've watched some interviews with him, and he's like, this is a team. We believe in ourselves. I like the way he's talking. He sounds excited about that, but I got to go with the Titans here.
Okay.
And I'm taking the Titans as well.
I got to go with the Titans here. Oh, one thing on the previous game. Atlanta, Denver.
Yeah.
We all picked Atlanta. Atlanta's going to lose.
Why is that?
Because we said ATL Falcons. Every time we said ATL Falcons, they lost. When we stopped calling them that,
we'll
they
see.
won. Just go so you know. I'm not changing my pick.
What's our next game, Sizzle?
Our next game is Detroit at Minnesota. Minnesota is favored by 4.
Boy, these 2 teams hate each other. This
Divisional game.
is gonna be fun.
Divisional game. Yeah.
This is gonna be fun. I like the Lions here. I like the Lions. Stafford's having a nice year. Marvin Jones has really been stepping up. Their defense is competent. I'm picking the Lions, and this is my upset of the week due to the point spread.
I'm taking the Minnesota Vikings because I got to go against you. That's one reason. Another reason, the Vikings are at home. Detroit, the Vikings actually looked decent last week. They kicked a big dose of Dalvin Cook. The Lions are going to try to stop him and then let Kirk Cousins beat him. And Kirk Cousins is capable of beating anyone, provided he gets a little protection. And he hasn't been getting much. But he is. Kirk Cousins is capable. He doesn't throw the ball 20 yards down the field. He's more of the
Drew Brees mold.
the short passing game. Let the receivers. I think the Vikings win this game. At least I hope the Vikings.
I want to
win
hear
this
what Sizzle has to say.
Yeah, what do you
to
got?
split
I
this.
am taking Detroit.
All right.
Taking Detroit.
All
You
right.
jumped off the Viking bandwagon.
Good choice.
I did. But it is 2020, and they didn't play very well in September and October, so you never know. They could do
Could
like
flip
you
the
said and
script.
flip the script.
Flip the script.
Yes.
All right, next game.
Our next game is Baltimore at Indianapolis. Baltimore is favored by 2.5.
Okay.
This one's easy for me.
All right, go ahead.
I understand Lamar Jackson's having a down year, but I like J.K. Dobbins a lot, and the Ravens' running game in general has looked a lot better. Dobbins has looked better every week. I think by the time we reach the end of the season, he's going to be the unquestioned first string running back over there. And they always have a tight defense every year, pretty much every year. There's 3 things you can count on in this life: death, taxes, and the Ravens having a strong defense. I understand that it's a 2.5. What is it? 2.5 point spread. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Ravens cover, and this is going to be my lock of the week.
You're not too good on these locks of the week, you know.
I understand that. I'm also remember though, I'm not picking my lock of the week on straight up. I'm picking my lock of the week against the spread. I do believe the Ravens will pretty much win this easily though. I don't really believe in the Colts. I really don't.
Well, the Ravens will probably win this game because they got beat up by the Steelers last week.
Yeah, they're going to be
I know
pissed
Lamar
off.
Jackson hasn't looked very well. And I said Lamar Jackson's not as good as everybody says they are. I said Deshaun Watson was better, and I still believe that. Lamar Jackson has a ways to go to become a football quarterback. It's his legs. Everybody got enamored with the way he runs the ball. I'm looking at the way he throws it. Sooner or later, you got to throw the football to win, and he hasn't proven to me that he can do that. He did it in week 1. But the
You
Ravens,
gotta wonder
That
what's
was 8
going
weeks
on.
ago.
Ravens are winning.
You got to wonder what's going on with him though, because I mean, at 22, was he
No.
22 last year?
I'm not wondering.
He was fantastic, and he threw the ball really well. And what happened between 22 and 23? What's going on?
No, he didn't throw it that great. He
Really?
He didn't throw it that great.
Okay. Did you
I'm-
watch football last season?
Yes, I did. He wasn't that great last year. It was all about the legs.
Oh, okay.
It was all about the legs, and
Not-
they were so worried about him running the ball. He had wide open receivers to throw to. You're trying to throw him in them tight windows now.
So what's the difference?
The difference is he's not running as much. So therefore, the defense are now playing the receivers. They're going, he's not going to run. Let's play the receivers. They'll play at the end of the game against Pittsburgh. Threw it right in the end zone around 3 defenders.
Yeah,
he
he did.
can't. I'm just saying.
You're right that he's not running as much. The question is why.
Probably
what-
they're probably telling him not to. RG3 is there saying, "Look, dude."
Look what happened to me. Yeah. You don't want to get dacked.
All right. So what?
Oh, stop it.
I knew I was going to get a reaction.
and the Cowboys are missing Dak, but we'll talk about that
What-
later. Sizzle, who you got?
Yeah. who you got?
You taking the Ravens?
Yes.
All right.
Okay.
Yes.
Next game.
Our next game is Carolina at Kansas City, and Kansas City is favored by 10.5 points.
Just to be clear, who did you take in the last game?
I took the Ravens.
You took the
You
Ravens.
took the
okay.
Ravens.
I just took the Ravens.
Kansas City's favored by how many?
10 and a half.
10
10 and a half over Carolina. Wow, that's
I got him
pretty
favored by 10 3/4 points.
Oh my gosh.
We got.
Look, the Panthers are clearly inferior to the Chiefs. I think we all know the Chiefs are going to win this game. The question is the point spread. That's a strong point spread, but I like the Chiefs to cover. I was listening this morning. CMC may be playing in this game, but he's probably going to have his role scaled back. It's looking like he's going to be the backup, so he'll be the third down / change of pace back. Is how it's looking right now. It's pretty much guaranteed he's not going to get his full run like he normally would, and that's going to affect this line. I think the Chiefs have enough to cover this.
Yeah, it might affect the line, but it ain't going to affect the outcome. The Chiefs win. That's all I got to say.
And that's 3 of us for Kansas City. I'm taking the Chiefs as well.
All right, next game.
Our next game is Houston at Jacksonville. Houston is favored by 6.5.
Okay. I'll go first.
Go ahead.
Deshaun Watson. What can I say? Deshaun Watson versus Minshew.
Minshew's out.
Minshew's out.
Minshew's out,
Okay.
and they're not using their second stringer. They're using their new draft pick.
New guy.
I don't recall his
All right.
name. It's his NFL debut.
Okay. I'm taking the Texans to win this game, and there's really not much to say.
I'm taking the Texans. And I was prepared to say no cover, but now that I've heard the news about Minshew is going to be out, yeah, the Texans will cover there.
Sizzle, what do you got?
I'm taking the Texans as well.
All right. Okay. Next game.
A lot of clean sweeps this week.
Our next game is the Giants at Washington, and Washington is favored by 3. I'm just gonna say this right up the front. I'm gonna go first. I am not taking the Giants.
Oh, finally, at long last. In a
I'm
game
ta-
they should win, now you're not going to pick them.
I'm taking Washington because and me picking Washington
I don't
is
get
a
it.
difficult thing.
I don't get it.
I don't get it.
I don't get it.
Tampa Bay Buccaneers, the
She
way
takes
they've
the-
been playing,
Yeah.
and the Giants almost gave them a loss,
Right.
and you don't think the Giants can beat the lowly Washington football
She
team?
takes the Giants almost every week against clearly superior teams. Now they're playing a team that they should win.
Well, they are
Or
favored.
should, yeah.
The Washington football is
I understand
favored.
that. That's a dumb line too. I don't really get it, especially not after. Maybe it's not updated from the Monday night game. I don't know. That line of 3 is ridiculous to me. I like the Giants in this game. I think they upset. I don't think it's going to be a big win because both defenses are strong. What is the over/under on that anyway? 41. Ooh, that's low.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm not
low-scoring
touching
game.
that. I'm not touching that over/under. It will be a low-scoring game though. And yeah, Giants in an upset. Who do you have?
I got the Giants. I got to believe that Daniel Jones will find Golden Tate somewhere along the game, and he'll win maybe with his legs. Because we all know Daniel Jones can run. They just don't let him.
Don't forget about Sterling Shepard either.
Yeah, I'm just saying. I got to pick the Giants in this game. Although I do like Washington's defense a lot.
Yeah, you've talked about them several times. Yeah, I'm kind
But
of
I
surprised you
think
didn't go for
the
them.
Giants. I just don't like the fumble situation from the Giants. Daniel Jones fumbles a lot.
So
Yes, he
you have
does.
the fumbles versus the defense. Yeah, I'm taking Washington.
All right,
I,
okay.
mean, I guess
so-
I can see that. I am taking the Giants, but I don't feel great about it because, again, I just spent last week ripping Daniel Jones from stem to stern.
If you, and he
Did
didn't
look a little better
No, he
this
did
week.
not do what you say. He listened to you.
Right, he was throwing the ball away a little. He made some progress, except for the fumbles. That was
Except
bad.
for the
That was
fumbles,
bad.
yeah. Except for the fumbles, and I'm just saying, I don't know. This game is going to be a nail biter. Not very
This
high
might be
scoring.
one of the best games of the week.
might
just
be.
because it's going to be really
Divisional
competitive.
game as well. All right,
Yes.
next game.
Our next game is the Chargers at Vegas, and the Chargers are favored by 1 point.
This is going to be a tough game right here.
Yeah, this is another one that's going to be one of the best games of the week.
And it's going to be a tough game. Sizzle, who you got?
I'm taking Vegas to win.
Okay, well, I know how much you feel about Las Vegas. This game.
To me, it was just a toss-up between the two with that point spread.
They're both quality teams.
Absolutely. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to let my heart on this one.
The
In
Raiders.
Vegas. Yes, just win, baby.
All right, go ahead, Jason.
Yeah, I've got the Chargers. I mean, I know it doesn't mean much that they're at home, and I think that's the difference maker, though. I mean, whether it's in a building where they don't really get a lot of love, and there are not going to be any fans in the stands, I still like the Chargers. If this game is being played in Vegas, I would go with the Raiders. Chargers.
It is being played in Vegas.
Oh, it is in Vegas.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
maybe you want to flip your pick.
Ooh. Let me think about. I might switch that later. I'm going to go with Chargers for now, though. And Justin Herbert. I'm like you. I'm enamored with the guy.
I think he's great, yeah.
They have good wide receivers.
Defense is pretty good.
I'm taking. Yeah, the defense is palatable. I'm taking the Chargers. Yeah.
He's taking in Chargers. See, now I'm in a predicament because I think this game could go either way. I like the coaching of John Gruden. I like the play of Justin Herbert. I like the defense of the Chargers. I love Waller for Las Vegas. I think he should play, though, right? I know he was a little banged up.
I think he's going to play.
Yeah, I think he's going to play. So that's definitely an important part of the process there. I think we flip a coin. So, yeah, if I go with you, because, you and Sizzle will tie for the picks, and I don't gain any ground. But if I go with her, I don't gain any ground. So, I don't know. You know what? I'm going to go with the Chargers on this.
All right.
I'm going to go. I'll ride with you on this. We'll go against Sizzle.
Okay.
See if we can unsizzle her.
Oh, my God.
Who do we have next on the docket?
Our next game is Pittsburgh at Dallas. Pittsburgh's favored by 13.5, and I am going to go with Pittsburgh.
Oh,
Yeah. Well, obviously, the Cowboys are not starting
DiNucci.
Right. They haven't made their decision yet. It's one of two guys that I have no idea who they are. Good luck. Good luck, Dallas fans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here's the problem I got with this
things
game.
look bad for them.
I wasn't
You're
here
taking the
last
Steelers.
week, so
I am taking the Steelers. The only thing is the line. The line is just so strong. The Cowboys have not covered the line once. Not once this whole season. And as much as I'd like to say that the Steelers will cover, Cowboys will score late and make it a little closer. I see the Steelers winning by 11. So, yeah, Steelers, no cover.
All right. Well, we know the Steelers are going to win this game, but the line puzzles me.
That's 2020, though.
Okay, the
We don't
line
know
puzzles
anything.
me. The line puzzles me. And I'm going to tell you why.
Okay.
last week the Kansas City Chiefs were favored by 19 over the Jets. Pittsburgh undefeated. They're only favored by 13.5 over a quarterback who has yet to be named. Is he even on the team yet?
Yeah, I kind of felt like this.
My gosh.
I kind of felt like this should have been 15 or 15 and a half.
You know,
Honestly,
I'm just saying. I mean, now granted, Pittsburgh could say, "Hey, man, Dallas, they suck. We got a great defense,
they could lay down,
and they could lay down for this." You know, I mean, these games. There is no way Dallas is winning this game. No way.
Do you think the Steelers cover though? That's the question.
Yeah, I do.
You do?
I think, to be honest with you, Ben Roethlisberger is going to throw 2 or 3 interceptions. There's going to be 3 turnovers by Pittsburgh in this game because he's going to be like, we can come back from this. You know, usually if you turn the ball over 1 or 2 or 3 times, you're going to lose.
Yeah.
Okay? Last week, however, 2 teams won with 4 turnovers.
Right.
Yeah, you know what I'm trying to say? So I'm just saying I can see him taking extra risks and throwing many interceptions, but still Pittsburgh wins in the end.
Yeah.
Dallas can't score.
So, yeah. All right. Next we have Miami at Arizona. Arizona is favored by 4.5.
I'll go first here. Arizona will win. Tua is, just stop. Just stop with this Tua thing. Just freaking stop.
Already tired of hearing about it.
Okay, look, I got nothing against Tua. Don't get me wrong. I'm just saying he wins the game last week, but why did he win?
Not because of him.
And the other team turned the ball over 4 times.
Yeah.
He threw for less than 100 yards.
He was not impressive.
Okay. I don't know. The Rams must have just, Zona won't do what the Rams did. They're going to beat him up. And the Dolphins, have a great future. They got a great future. I think maybe in 3 years, Dolphins could win a Super Bowl. I mean, maybe not with Tua if they get the right quarterback. I don't know. I ain't seen enough of Tua yet. I'm just saying they got all them draft picks coming, and I think they just picked up 2 more this week. Man, I'm telling you, watch out for the Dolphins, but not this week. Zona wins.
Look, this is Kyler Murray v. Tua. And Tua is just simply not ready. Look, he's probably going to have a fine career. I'm not trying to dog Tua. I said last week I don't have anything personally against the man. I have something personally against the situation that the coaching staff forced upon the team, and I do take umbrage with that. But Tua is just not ready. What is the likelihood, honestly, that the Dolphins' defense is going to be so stout again back-to-back weeks against a strong Cardinals offense? I mean, Kyler Murray's been lighting it up. It's not likely. So I like the Cardinals in this game, and I think that they'll cover. They'll win this by 6 or 7. I think.
Zona wins a game. What do you got, Sizzle?
Arizona.
Arizona. Okay.
All right. Next game.
The next game is New Orleans at Tampa Bay.
Sunday Night Football.
Yes, that is correct. Tampa Bay is favored by 5.5.
All right, I'll go first. This is going to be such an entertaining game. And by the way, that Saints game last week broke down pretty much exactly as I expected it to. I remember I talked up Taysom Hill.
Oh yeah.
Who ended up with a touchdown reception, the first one of his I believe of his career. I know of the season. Taysom Hill also looked good running the ball when they needed him to. And I like the way that the Saints mix it up in that regard. However, everything in this game is all about Antonio Brown. It's his first game back. It's all anybody's going to be talking about. This is going to be a spectacle. And look, let's be honest. Adding Antonio Brown to the Bucs offense does not make them a worse offense. This is a guy who looked like one of the greatest wide receivers in history for about 5 years when he was operating in Pittsburgh. So I'm not saying they're going to use him a lot. I believe he'll end up in somewhere 4 catches, maybe in the range of 65, 70 yards. He will be a factor. And Mike Evans looked good last week as well. Tom Brady's just got so many weapons. I like the Buccaneers in this game. The Saints are going to stay in it, so the Bucs won't cover that 5.5 point spread. No cover here, but the Bucs will win.
Okay. Here's my thought on this game. This is payback is a bitch game. Opening night, New Orleans goes up against the vaunted Tom Brady and his weapons, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. All you heard in the offseason is Tom Brady's gathering his receivers. They're practicing in parks. He's getting in trouble.
And they weren't prepared.
And they got up there and they got whipped.
Yeah, they weren't prepared.
And now Tampa Bay is saying, okay, you're coming to my house now. And now we got Antonio Brown. Okay, and there's got to be something going on with Antonio Brown and Tom Brady. And there's a lot of lying going on. You ever notice how people look right at the camera and they just tell you a lie, and pretty soon they say it over and over again, you start to believe it? Here's this lie. I did not ask for Antonio Brown to come to. Bruce Arians says Tom Brady. Well, he's living with him again. Okay, now is this a sex triangle?
He says that.
Oh my gosh!
This is the second time Antonio.
Hey,
Brown
we don't know what Jay. We don't know what room he's staying in. He may not have his own bedroom. We don't know.
Yeah, I'm saying, well, Gazelle, there might be a freaky threesome going on in Tampa Bay. I'm just saying. I mean, isn't it funny? Hey, you coming to New England? Come live with me.
So you like the Bucks big in this game?
Like the Bucks? I don't know about big. Arrogance might get a hold of them. But yeah, I'm taking Tampa Bay.
Sizzle, you got.
I'm taking Tampa Bay.
Yeah.
All right.
Next game.
Our Monday night football game. That would be New England at, the Jets. New England is favored by 7.5, and I'm taking New England.
Does anybody really care about this game? The Patriots are obviously in going into full-blown rebuild mode. At least they should be. That's one thing that irritated me about the trading deadline. The Patriots had all kinds of opportunities to ship off some of their players, get some draft picks, start reloading, and they chose not to. Where are they going? They're not going anywhere. I mean, Belichick and the should have been honest with each other. I think they're just being a little too hopeful. And, that was ugly. And speaking of ugly, we have the MESS, mess. Yeah, this is an ugly game. Patriots will win, no cover, but they'll win this game.
All right. I'm excited about this game.
Why, you think this might be the one that the Jets get?
Well, no, I don't.
For a minute there,
I'm
I thought
beginning
he
to
was
think they're not going to get the one. I really am.
But
They're epically bad.
Okay, it's a divisional game.
Yeah.
A lot of
There's
hatred.
that again.
The Patriots, here we go. What do they do for 20 years? Pour on the points for the Jets. Pour the points on against the Dolphins. Pour the points on against the Bills.
Yep.
And I'm just saying, and now things are shaky in New England.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? There's a lot. These divisional games, I'm telling you, you can't take these for granted. I believe that Tampa Bay has beaten New Orleans because New Orleans won the first game. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
When you look back and forth, you got to go, okay, who won the last time they played? The chances are the other team will win this time.
And you're right. There's a lot of home and home splits.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of times that'll happen. We know the Jets are horribly bad. We know the Patriots aren't that bad. I mean, they do have Cam Newton. He's, but you never know. What if he fumbles again?
Cam is one bad game away from potentially being benched.
I get that. But,
first 2 weeks he did great.
Okay, it's over if he plays bad this week. If the Jets lose this game, Newton will never get his job
Patriots.
back.
Patriots lose.
Oh, that's right. If the Patriots lose this week, he'll never get his job back. They'll be calling him Fig Newton.
Are you taking the Jets in this? Is that
No,
where
I'm
you're
taking
going?
the Patriots.
Okay.
I mean, who's going to take the Jets? Who's going to take it?
Sizzle had the Patriots, did you?
Yes, that's correct. New England.
very
All right,
good.
so you got that. You got this. I'm telling you, the game to watch out for this week. The two games that are going to be the closest games are going to be that Vegas Charger game and the Giant Washington. Those are going to be nail biters. The
Both
divisional
of them, you're right.
games. Tampa Bay, New Orleans, going to be exciting. I said this last week. How wrong can you be in 1 year? I said these big marquee games are usually blowouts, and last week I was wrong about that. That Steeler-Ravens game was not a blowout.
Man, that was fun.
That was a great game.
It was.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Some of these
There were a lot of great games last week.
there were. I just lost them. I lost them. I was very entertained though. Hey, it is what it is. The NFL season is what it is, and we now know that after this week, we should really start to see some clear pictures of the future of who's really going to go to the playoffs and maybe win the Super Bowl.
We knew one thing. I think we discussed this. We knew one thing going into the season that's held up.
What's that?
And that's that the Jets are who we thought they were.
I don't know. I don't know, man.
Bad.
I don't know. I'm getting used to wearing this hat. It's getting awful comfortable. It is cold. It is cold. Yeah, I'm going to say, well, look, I got a good chance to win it again because I went against you guys on a lot of picks there, trying to get claw back in this thing. If it pays off, maybe I don't know.
Well, we've been running way over on time the last couple of weeks, so we decided we're going to cut the fantasy segment just for this week. We'll hopefully bring it back next week. We've been running way over on time.
Well,
so we're going to bid you adieu, and I guess we will see you next week here on NFL Weekly Predictions. Don't forget about us, and we won't forget about you.
Yeah.
Have fun watching the games, guys.
Enjoy it.